My 30 female husband, 36 male, used AI to write his vows, and now I'm really upset. Uh-oh. How do I approach him about this? This is honestly a pretty interesting scenario, so let's see how it goes. My 30 female husband, 36 male, and I just got married a few months ago, but we've been together for 8 years. We opted to have a small wedding, and it was a very beautiful ceremony with just our close family and friends. When my husband read his vows, I remember thinking that it sounded very formal and not at all like how he usually speaks. But I chalked that up to him taking the time to think out his vows and make them sound the best that he could. Already a bit sussy.
Whoa!
They were really nice and made me cry, and everyone else seemed to think so too. Wow, can I just say, her fiance must be very good at writing prompts. Not gonna lie, if she was able to cry out of it. So good job, ChatGPT. Fast forward to today, I went on our shared ChatGPT account, we were using it for work, to cancel our membership since we didn't need it anymore. Girl, you may not have needed it, but he did. I happened to see something titled Vows and clicked on it. Yep, this ain't ending well. This ain't ending well, y'all. Lo and behold, there it was. His vows, 100% verbatim. I saw the prompt he provided and it had all the major themes that were in the vows. But he literally just copied and pasted the generated text and read it like it was his own words. I remember telling him after the ceremony how sweet his vows were. And he said that he meant every word he said. Boy, I know you said the words and didn't write it, so you're technically right. But he should have just told her. He should have just used this opportunity to tell her the truth. Oh god, now it's just worse. Now it just ended up being worse. Like, yeah, okay. Maybe he wasn't thinking through his response here, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but the way that he responded to her here can kind of make it sound like he's somewhat taking the credit. I feel like this was a chance for him to tell her that he was using ChatGPT, but what do I know? Now I just feel stupid, honestly. Anyone who knows me well knows that I value these kinds of things above all else. My friends and I even joke that they never really needed to get me an actual gift because a card means so much more to me. I spent quite a bit of time writing my vows to him, and it really stings that he just threw a prompt into ChatGPT and tried to pass it off as his own. To me, these words are some of the most important that we will ever say to each other. I feel sad knowing that they weren't even his own. Would something like this bother you? How do I approach him about all of this? On the one hand, I am really upset about it, but on the other, I don't want to embarrass him or even start a fight over it. I'm just really hurt and could use any advice about how to approach this. Okay, so I have a couple thoughts about this. 1. So wedding vows, I believe, is the one piece of writing that should be the most thought out and sentimental piece of writing you could have ever done in your life. I mean, you are basically describing into words your feelings of love for someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And I just personally feel like, to the best of your abilities, I think you should put every single ounce of effort you have into making it sound as personal and as authentic as you possibly can. On the other hand, I can also see a potential situation where maybe the husband struggles to convey his feelings and knows that his partner holds a ton of value in what he says in his vows, so maybe he was just scared not to mess it up. I feel like he might have wanted to lean on the safer side and just make sure that his vows could deliver, and that's probably what might have led him to use ChatGPT. Because he led the vow with his prompt, he may have felt like that would have been good enough, since he may have guided the talking points based on what he wanted to cover about the relationship and just had ChatGPT put it in more eloquent words for him. On that same note though, should he have written it himself? Honestly, in my opinion, yes. But from the way it sounds, I honestly just don't think he had any bad intentions per se. I feel like he just wanted his vows to not be disappointing and just didn't put too much thought into the fact that she'd rather just hear his vows that came from the heart word for word, no matter how much he thinks his vows wouldn't be good enough. So I do understand why she feels the way she feels, and I definitely think it warrants a good conversation between the two of them, but I definitely don't think it's something that should wreck the marriage just by itself, you know what I mean? I feel like after they talk, and once he realizes her perspective, if he's been able to see her point of view and apologizes, I think all is good, y'all. All is good. On that note, though, there is an update, so I'm going to read that for you guys. Update. Thank you all for your perspectives and advice on this. It really helped me collect my thoughts and see his side before even talking to him. I let him know that I found the vows, and we talked about it. He was very understanding that it upset me because he copied it verbatim, and he explained that he just wanted them to be perfect, along the lines of what a lot of you said. I definitely understand that, and I feel way better about it now. While I'm still not a fan of AI vows, I feel like life is just way too short to have resentment about these kinds of things. Smiley face. Good job on your relationship, OP. Good that you communicated. We love that for you. Bean.